Welcome to a conversation with David and Shawn. I'm David.
And I'm Shawn.
That's Shawn. How's everything been going, buddy? Last time we did the show, you were in here. You were in town. We did a lot of drunken episodes. The last one, which we just ran it about video games for about an hour. Or no, it was like an hour and a half. And it's really incoherent.
I think all of our conversations should be like that. I think they're just more fun that way.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
Because this is just for us.
Just as long as we have fun.
Yeah.
So my topic today is going to be we live in a golden age of supergroups, I feel like. Because back when our parents, were growing up, they had, Golden Earring and all these awesome, supergroup bands, Triumph. And our generation hasn't really had it, but recently we have Prophets of Rage, which is Rage Against the Machine, Chuck D from Public Enemy, and the guy from Cypress Hill. Have you heard of them?
I'm not too. I mean, I've heard those bands, but I'm not like
it's such a perfect matchup. And then did I tell you that we're also getting the band of No Doubt minus Gwen Stefani, which is fine with me. But the lead singer of AFI, I think that's an awesome mix.
That's cool. I mean, I can only take AFI in small dosage because.
His voice, just like Coheed and Avenged Sevenfold, his voice takes a little bit to get used to. I definitely like their heavier stuff more, but I feel like he'll have a nice little, cause like I don't know. No Doubt's a pretty groovy band, so I feel like it would do pretty well. So that leads me to my question. That made me think. Oh, and also, what I'm most excited for is the lead singer from Senses Fail, one of my favorite vocalists. His lyrics are so passionate and his screams are so brutal. He could sing a little less or none at all. But he is joining up with the band from Finch, so they're just like replacing singers with the dude from Senses Fail. That's gonna be fucking cool.
I'm fine with that.
They put out like a fucking press release, or not a press release because it's a Facebook thing. I guess that qualifies nowadays. But they just put out like a statement just saying this is our new band and it sounds like 2002, which is perfect because 2002 Story of the Year, Used, Yellow Card, Take It Back Sunday, all that stuff. So my topic is if you can make your own supergroup, like living or dead, anybody in their prime or not.
I see. That's why you brought this up.
I'm not picking dead. Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna pick anyone who's dead because I think that'd be a little boring on stage. But it's a possibility. But yeah, if you could have any supergroup and you didn't have to worry about personalities clashing or anything, and they just were to go make an album and tour, what members would you have? And it could be anything. You could have a Slipknot crazy style band with like 18 members that just bang on trash cans, or you could go a little bit more focused and just even through a 3-piece. But I did let you know this topic beforehand, so you could prepare.
Well, I mean, do you want me to go first? Because I just want pure talent and just my own personal preferences. Okay. I think it'd be pretty interesting just to see what it would sound like. So
yeah,
I think
go first.
You'll be able to guess. I mean, my lead singer, because I have 3 different singers.
Ooh, I want to guess one of them is Jeremy from A Day to Remember.
Ooh, damn, yeah.
Because we always talk about how he's one of our favorite screamers, if not your favorite.
Yeah, if I had to go with screamers alone, I like his scream. I'm not a big fan of his singing voice, but his scream to me is...
I think he has a great singing voice. But it's just, if you were to compare the two, there's better singers, but I think he's in the top tier of screamers.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, I mean, if all A Day to Remember did was just fucking scream, I'd be okay with that. I just love his scream that much. And I don't say that about a whole lot of bands. But to contrast his screaming, I would go Dallas Green for my lead singer. just because Alexisonfire did it and it worked really well. At least in my opinion.
Well, yeah, no, that's my favorite type. If you were to say, David, you're going to listen to one genre of music or one type of music, I love the bands that have a singer and a screamer. I feel like you can do so much with it. Granted, you usually have to have screaming in all your songs, but you can probably sneak in a couple slow ones that the singer just kind of sits out and takes a nap.
And vice versa. Yeah, and vice versa.
So would he be playing guitar, or would he just be singing?
Well, Dallas Green already plays guitar.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to tell me, like, in your supergroup band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is he just playing guitar? Is he just singing?
He would do rhythm guitar. So he's not a lead guitarist, at least not in mine, because there's no way that he qualifies as a lead guitarist. I just think his voice
could also be hard to.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
Very few singers that can sing and play lead.
Right, and he is just going to be lead vocals, and he can also, I mean, he can do a few other things as well. I mean, the dude plays 3 different instruments while he's on stage by himself. I mean, the guy is fucking amazing. And so he was just pure vocals alone. Then I would hate to use him as a backup, but just as another vocalist, I had to put Aaron Lewis in there from Stain, just because he's just such a powerful singer. I just fucking love it.
It's gonna be so weird looking on stage, but mine's gonna be maybe weirder. All right, so you have Jeremy just singing and screaming. Dallas Green playing rhythm guitar and singing, and then Aaron Lewis, is he just in the background singing?
I mean, he could be in the background. I think
he's a country boy now.
Yeah, I know he is a country boy, but I just think that he has his own element that if I was going to pick my perfect band, I would want him in there somewhere.
They could do what the Beatles do. Like the Beatles rotated singing and they rotated playing instruments. Like they could play everyone's instruments. So you could have even like a whole album where Aaron Lewis just isn't in it, and then another one where he is.
Yeah, or just complete songs, but yeah, them going back and forth, or just or I don't know, like Linkin Park does the same thing too, where they have different vocalists, and so I mean that's kind of,
they do. Very rarely do they have songs that just have Mike in it, but for the most part, their songs are either just Chester or Chester and Mike.
Yeah. But yeah, those are like my three favorite vocalists, all for very different reasons.
I mean, all of them are perfect. Like I would vote them all 10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as far as instrumentals go, my lead guitarist, it would have to be Kirk Hammett from Metallica. I mean, I've got to put him in there. Yeah, I think he deserves it. I think all of his albums speak for themselves. And that's just on pure talent. Also, pure talent for my bassist would be Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Gotta throw him in there because he can do fucking anything, man.
I know, and he's so fucking funky too. It's
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be the craziest band because they would all be able to showcase their own things. Also, Andrew Ross McMahon from Something Corporate. He plays a fucking killer piano. I won't know him.
Sings too.
Yeah,
if you're gonna have him sing.
I don't want him singing. I just want him playing piano. Even though he's a great vocalist. I just love the way he composes his piano pieces. I think that they've got their own little feel to them. The way I go by music is the way it makes me feel, and I think the way he writes definitely.
That's a classic 2002 band to bring that back up. That was like an awesome time in music where all rock shit was like top 40.
Oh yeah. And then my drummer. I mean, this for me is no contest. It's Neil Peart from Rush. I mean,
he retired though. You're taking him back out of retirement to join the Supergroup with the
he's not
bass?
dead.
No, he's not dead. He's not dead.
And when I saw him last time, I saw him, he was still fucking kicking it. Oh. So yeah. So I mean, that's all I got though. I mean, that's a pretty big ass band though.
That is cool. I think it's awesome because Aaron Lewis can do metal, soft vocals, and country, but he doesn't have to change his voice. His voice naturally fits all that. And then Flea is one of the best bass players I've ever seen, and he just does. I mean, but he can write some really funky shit, and he can play fast enough that if he tunes his bass right, him and Kirk Hammett could probably play some pretty sweet fast fucking thrash metal songs. Even though I don't think Flea's ever written a thrash metal song, I think he can play fast enough to do it if you tone his bass better or not.
I just chose my instrumentalist based off of talent alone. Not like to try to fit in one band. I think it'd be kind of cool to stick out. But
but I think that's awesome. I didn't think about a keyboard player. I have a band member that can play keyboard, so there can be keyboard elements. But yeah, the guy from Something Corporate's awesome. The guy from Dropping Daylight is really excellent too.
I thought about him too,
and their band's broken up, so he probably needs work.
Yeah, but I just thought that Something Corporate stuff.
Something Corporate's better. They have Dropping Daylight only did like one album before they broke up, so the guy from Something Corporate actually like has shit under his belt.
Yeah. And he continued on with Jack's Mannequin, which isn't as good as Something Corporate.
Was it? I had no idea. I thought Jack's Mannequin was members from Panic at the Disco, so I didn't know that the guy from Something Corporate joined as well. Technically that's a supergroup then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like Panic at the Disco, so I wouldn't call it super, but it's a group.
Right. It is a group. We'll just say that.
It's a group. All right. Oh fuck! I should have had you space these out a little bit more because what I'm going to do for the audience is I'm going to insert clips of each band member kind of doing their thing for a couple of seconds, so the audience, if just in case like they're into shitty music, or they like the stuff and they just want to see it.
Okay. Well, you're up though. I'm really curious. Really curious to see what you got.
I know I made fun of Slipknot earlier, but I respect the hell out of Corey Taylor. He's one of the best vocalists, and Slipknot's a fucking awesome band. He's actually playing live, like as we speak. He's on a tour with Rob Zombie with Marilyn Manson, and he has a broken neck. And he just is like, I'm not gonna cancel the tour. He just can't move around. He tried to move around once and fell and hurt himself real bad. But yeah, he's just playing, like he's just singing, and like he's just like, I can't headbang, but I want to go out and play with you guys. That's fucking awesome. But him and Chester Bennington were almost my two singers because they can both scream awesome, then hit awesome singing notes. But I gotta go with Dan Marcella from Story of the Year. Damage has been done, and this machine has begun. All we need is a reason. Touchdown, touchdown, when will you? Oh, good choice. Because his fucking energy is unbeatable. Because I also, like I love going to shows. So like,
are you talking like 2005?
I mean, even now, like just the concert that they did when me and Eric went. It's like his fucking energy is still there. He can still scream. His singing has gotten better per each album. Like if you listen to stuff off the Constant, his singing voice is like better than ever. And I like his lyrics and the way he writes his melodies. So I feel like he could fit. He could fit almost any genre. Because because they've done like constant melodies, like they always do like Metallica melody, or sorry, not melodies, medleys. The one for their Page Avenue tour, they did like a medley of like Yellow Car, The Used, Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance. His voice fit well with all the songs. I kept joking on with my brother Jake. He was getting mad because he loves those bands, and I'm like, dude, Story of the Year is doing them better. And then the last time they came, they did. I remember, I think I sent you footage. They did Deadbolt by Thrice and the fucking Feel Good Drink by Amberlynn, and like his voice just fits everything. Like he just has an awesome voice. I guess it could be generic, but it's fucking awesome in his energy. So I'm gonna go with him for.
You've always been more energy driven when it comes to bands.
Oh man, I can't. Like for instance, like a band like fucking Breaking Benjamin. They sound so good live. I saw them once. I really enjoyed them. I was really into it. They didn't move around as much, but it's my first time seeing them, so I'm like, okay. I saw my second time. I just couldn't get over the fact, like, after that, like, initial, like, oh, shit, I've seen this band before. The fact that they didn't, like, move around at all and they were statues, I'm like, I never want to see this band again.
Yeah, you've always been like that.
Because all these bands that we listed, it's fucking still rock out. Which leads me to my guitar player. You chose Aaron Lewis. I'm choosing the guitar player from Stain, Mike. I'm gonna butcher his last name. Should not something with an S. Something fucking weird. You've seen Stain with me. He rocks out so fucking hard. And they're like in their 40s. And he's Stain's only guitar player. Like, Aaron plays rhythm, but like, I really never can hear what he's adding. Like, he's just playing power chords. So yeah, I mean, he rocks the fuck out. When he does just simple riffs, his riffs are so fucking unique. Like the intro for, For You and shit. But then he can, solo. Like the last couple albums, he stepped it up and done like some really cool solos. So I feel like, but he's gonna be my rhythm though, or no, not rhythm. I'm gonna go like the Atreyu and the Kill Switch route, where I have two guitarists, but they're both gonna be leads. They're both gonna switch off from leads and riffs.
Gotcha. I have a feeling who your bass player is just based off of the way you've been talking.
Is it gonna be a certain record that's behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be Epic Christ, motherfucker. He's gonna do backing screams, keyboards, and bass because he can do all those. And he rocks out so fucking hard. His bass lines are so just so fucking creative and beefy, and songs like fucking songs like Fire Breather, Paper Tigers, Stare at the Sun has some of my favorite bass lines. Hoods on Praying. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but that song has a fucking killer bass line in it, and that's what I want in my band.
Yeah, I figured you would go that route because you've always been that. Well, you know what? It was kind of funny you say that because even though Thrice is my favorite band, I literally chose no member from there.
Thrice. I mean, I kind of wanted to put like a stipulation, but I thought you probably know better. It's like we shouldn't just pick like a single band, or else my band just would be Metallica mixed with Thrice.
Right.
It would just be Thrice and Metallica. It'd be like 9 members. It'd be all the members.
Well, yeah, right. Well, my thing is Thrice does everything really well, but they don't. To me, yeah, that's pretty awesome, by the way. But yeah, they don't do anything exceptional as far as one particular band. But when they blend everything together, that's when they're exceptional to me. So, and I'm not saying that they're not a 5 out of 5 band, like 5 stars out of 5 stars, because they are. I'm just saying if I like certain things better out of different pieces that I like than what I like from particular members of Thrice. Does that make sense?
Yes. Like Riley's an exceptional drummer, but he's not my favorite drummer. I will say that Ed might be one of my favorite bass players though, because he is bass when you first get into music, especially someone like me who doesn't play like an instrument. It was always hard for me to like find bass lines, so they're usually hidden and playing along with the drums. But like Thrice was the first band, them and System of a Down, where I could actually pick out the bass and I could distinguish it from everything else that was going on. And I feel like if you can hear a bass line that stands out in a song, you usually got a really talented bassist.
Right.
Because there's a lot of bass players that just, for instance, Story of the Year, I love that band, but their bass player just plays it like a rhythm guitar. He doesn't really create memorable bass lines.
No, that's true.
So, all right. So that leads me to my other lead guitarist, which is going to be Kirk Hammett.
Yeah, that's funny.
His fucking riffs on "Don't Tread on Me," like "Entertainment," like his riffs, sad but true. Like the riffs are so fucking awesome. Like he could not play a lead and just play riffs the whole time, and it sounds fucking awesome. But then he just doesn't do riffs. He does the best solos of all time. Fuel, fucking Master of Puppets has one of my favorite fucking guitar parts ever. Do we even have to say anymore?
No, I think he pretty much explains himself.
Yeah, him and the guy from Stain going back and forth off each other, and then when he's soloing, the guy from Stain can just like rock out insanely, which I'm cool with. So I'm also, speaking of that band, my favorite album of all time is Metallica's S&M because it mixes classical music and fucking rock. And like the grunginess of rock, but like I love the fucking strings of classical music. So I'm gonna have to throw in the violinist from Yellowcard, Shawn McCracken, I think his name is.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, yeah.
Now, I wanted a violin because, you don't always have to use him, but I wanted him in it.
I thought you were going to go in. I'm going to throw in the San Francisco Orchestra, just the entire orchestra. No?
You can do that. Sean's re-editing his thing. But no, I was going to use the violinist, I don't know his name, the Japanese guy from fucking Skillet. Because he rocks out like crazy, and he's so much fun to watch. I don't know if I've shown you videos. I've had the chance to see him live, and I do not know how he can rock out while playing, because you got to keep your neck still. Of course, he just moves his torso, but he would just fucking headbang his head like halfway down to his chest. But I feel like the guy from Yellowcard is just a better violinist. If you just take the solo, the little violin solo he does from Always Summer, or the intro to Waiting Game, or the outro to Hollywood Died, I think he's just a better violinist. And he can do backing vocals too. So like all my band members can just like jump in and sing, which gives them unlimited amount of possibilities they can do. Because, well, no, never mind. I haven't even. So my drummer is going to be Brandon Seller from Atreyu.
I almost chose him.
Now he is
just because
not
he can sing too.
Yeah, and his voice, he is the voice of a god. He might be God. His his drumming is really well. He's not in like the top tier drummers, but he can handle his own. He plays, he's never given any kind of shitty like half-ass beats. And they're a metal band, so he's a metal drummer. He does the fucking kick pedal, and it's always like doing crazy fills and shit. And then he can sing. So so him and Dan Marcella can go off each other, or he can just drum for a while. And then when they need extra power for screaming, him and Ed can trade off screams, because Silhouette and the Earth Will Shake shows Ed can scream. I wish Thrice would let him scream. Live. Yeah, I wish that they would let, because like Dustin does the screaming, he just overdubs himself on the albums. I wish they would let Ed scream live on one of the albums if they ever screamed again.
Well, they said they might go heavier the next album, so...
Well, that's what Ed wants, which is why I want him in my band. I think Dustin and Teppy want to go soft. I think Ed and Riley want to go harder. But,
We're talking about Thrice, in case people don't understand that.
Well, yeah. They should know. They can...
No, but they don't.
So, yeah, I think, like we were talking about before we started recording, I almost added Mike Shinoda, who can play guitar, rap. He can actually start to sing now, and he does keyboards and shit. But I don't, because I really think, like I said, Dan Marcella, I remember for one of their hometown shows here where we live in St. Louis, they had City Spud from the St. Lunatics come out, and they did like a rap, and he's always goofing off and doing like beats and shit. So I think Dan Marcella's voice could actually go pretty decent with like a rapper. But I don't want to bring him into the band, because then that would mean that he would have to rap, and that'd be rapping almost every song.
I think it would sound like a bunch of bees like floating around if we had all these fucking singers.
Well, I mean, the beauty of it is they don't have to sing. They don't all have to sing. The only one who has to sing is Dan, because he ain't got shit to do if he's not singing. But I guess he's jumping around.
Cowbell. Tambourine.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I would kill to see any of those bands. Mine might sound a little bit more concise, because I got all like just straight rock dudes. With Kirk Hammett being the old guy of the bunch, but I think he can still hang out with them. I think he can still hang with the best. Oh yeah,
for sure. Mine was a lot of young, but a couple old guys too. But
you just have like Aaron Lewis just randomly. You didn't even say that he was playing anything. Like so he might just be in the back singing like a backup singer.
Which is kind of out of place. I thought about that too, but he would also do acoustic and rhythm guitar.
If you're gonna have your super group and you don't add Aaron Lewis, you might be doing it wrong.
Right. Exactly. But, I mean, he could just come out of nowhere and just start fucking singing the Star Spangled Banner wrong,
Dude, I remember he was just like, man, I'm so... Because, like, this was, like, just...
Because he's a country boy.
Yeah, I'd say this was a little bit after he did his country album, and he's just like, I've been country the whole time, and don't tread on me. And then he goes and fucks that up. He's like, God damn it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, man. Well, I think we covered that pretty well.
So, yeah, I mean, hopefully one day my dream will come true. If not, we always have No Doubt in AFI. So, cool. Until next time, love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy. Oh, okay.
Or like who does fucking lead?
I thought you were gonna give me some shit for a couple of my choices, but
what?
I thought you were gonna like the guy from something corporate. I thought you were gonna give me shit.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but like I like songs like Down or actually the whole album Space. Is I had Space and North. North wasn't all that good, but Space was awesome. And then I didn't really listen to anything after that. But Yeah, no, but the song "Down" is like such a fucking incredible song, and he's really talented. And I've seen them live on MTV, and they put on an awesome show. I just not in my rotation, but I don't think I'd turn them off if they came on.
Yeah, and then I thought you were gonna give me shit for having like Dallas Green with Aaron Lewis and then Jeremy.
Dallas Green. So like, I'm not a huge Lexus on Fire fan because out of that whole genre, I like Lullaby, Atreyu, all those bands with a singer screamer better. But Dallas Green's an incredible singer. Like, what's that song? Where it's just like this city or
fuck, what's it called?
I'm blanking on the melody.
Oh,
the city is haunted. Yeah, like that. I would say, especially like the live version I have on the iTunes, on like the iTunes sessions they did. That might be one of the best like melodies I've ever heard.
Yeah, and really,
it's the second track on their on the album Crisis. Crisis is an awesome album. The thing with Lexus and Fire is I don't really care for any album after that. Like they have tracks, like they have songs here or there, but Crisis is the only album I like all the way through.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm trying to, but he has like, this could be anywhere in the world.
That's anywhere in the world. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's like Crisis by itself is great. It's got Rough Hands, Keep It On Wax.
Oh, yeah.
Crisis.
Royal Frogs is one of my favorites. We Are the Sound is one of my favorites too.
We Are the Sounds. And then
Arson's good. It's all good.
Yeah, Max Arson. Like all of those are so fucking good.
Are you looking at my iTunes collection?
No, I just looked it up online.
Okay.
Yeah, but all of those are so fucking good. It's and then like their earlier stuff wasn't as good, but like Crisis.
I thought that was kind of their earlier stuff.
No, they had like another one and then they broke up. I think after that.
So Young Cardinals, Old Crows was I think maybe their last album before they went on the February tour, and that was actually fairly decent.
It was okay.
I actually liked the title tracks.
I didn't like it as much as Crisis, obviously, but it was. Yeah, but yeah, man. Music definitely doesn't hold up like it used to. That's for damn sure.
Dude, I don't know. Chevelle just released a brand new album last week, and I've been listening to it at work. It's fucking good. We just had Killswitch put out my favorite album by them. The new Bullet went back to basics, and it's awesome. The new Atreyu, some of my favorite songs off it. Thrice isn't what it used to be, but it's still a good album. We still got some good shit. Seven Dust Never Lets Me Down.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I should have played the diversity card and got him in there just so people don't bitch at me online.
Oh yeah. I think
he's such a good fucking singer though, man. His soul. I love the fucking acoustic album they did. Like you can just feel it. He's so fucking passionate.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean, the thing is like the reason why I chose the people that I did was because I don't think that they're really limited by a whole lot. I mean, they're masters of their instruments and they're masters of their craft. So, I mean, fuck, Neil Peart can pretty much do anything you ask him to do. So can Flea from Kurt.
I see that band that you picked. I see your band going into the studio like without him because he doesn't want to go, and he's like, "Send me the tracks." And then like he doesn't even listen to the tracks. He just starts fucking drumming like crazy, and he's like, "Put this whenever you want."
That's so funny. He would do that.
Maybe he'll play the fucking what's that from fucking Aqua Teen? Doesn't he bring Master Shake back to life? Or whenever he does like the drum solo of Life or something, and he actually has like his arms and legs are actually like drum set pieces, and he like wheels himself out.
That's so funny.
Well, you know that he actually voiced himself in the Aqua Teen movie, so the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie for theaters got Neil Peart.
That's pretty cool that he did that.
That's pretty cool. They make all kinds of fucking classic rock references in that show, though. I remember they had like the Foreigner belt, where if you like said like Foreigner lyrics, shit came to life. Like he's like, "You're cold as ice," and you turn people into ice. Or I think somebody said like, "You're playing head games with me" to Carl, and his head turned into like a Connect 4.
Oh, that's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's badass.
Nobody did Jukebox Hero though. I guess what would you do? Turn into a jukebox? That's the real song though. All right, so, yeah, you ready? We're gonna jump into your fucking depressing ass topic.
Hey, y'all, I live. Who are you?
I am Watermelon. This is my accomplice, Neil.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you, Neil.
What's up?
And this puddle over here used to be Steve!
The drum solo of life.
No, that's okay.